Welcome to Yoga with Cordelia, yogaing for health and well-being. Hello yogis, welcome to part 5 of Yoga for Complete Beginners. It'll be useful to have a block or a cushion to hand. And let's begin. Let's begin in mountain pose at the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart, finding your four corners by rocking forward and back to one side, to the other side. And then finding your central area. Quads engaged, hip points facing forward and up slightly so the tailbone is long, tall through the centre channel. Lifting up tall through the crown of the head, which is over the heart, over the pelvis. Arms by the side, palms forward. Close off the eyes and drop into the breath. Notice the breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Put aside anything that's on your to-do list at the moment. This is your time. Inhale, arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, folding from the hips, come down through the midline. Palms to the mat, knees bent as generously as needed. Inhale, palms to thighs, flat back, elbows tucked in. Exhale, bow. Plant the palms, step the right leg back, lower the right knee. Check that the left knee is over the left ankle. Plant the right palm and then inhale and open up through the left side. So the left arm is now up to the sky. Twisted low lunge. Breathing here. Exhale the hand back down. Raise the back knee. Step the left leg back to plank. Lower the knees. Then exhale all the way down to the belly. Inhale cobra. Exhale bow. Inhale push up through to all fours, curl the toes, and then exhale to down dog. It's our first down dog of the practice, so pedal it out. Any movement that feels nice. And then find some stillness. Heels aiming towards the mat, they don't have to touch. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale knee to nose. We're stepping it through to between the hands, so lower the foot as far as you can get it, then grab hold of it. Lower the back knee. Let's come on to a twist on this side, so plant the left palm, then open out through the right side on an inhale, looking up to the sky. And then wafting away a big fly. Exhale the palm back down. Lift the back knee. Then rock the back foot up to meet the front foot, however many steps it takes to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Then root to rise, really feeling the yoga mat beneath our feet as our arms come up overhead, then hands down through heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the palms, step the left leg back, lower the back knee, squeezing everything in together in the midline, hands to the waist, rising up to low lunge. And then really lifting at that pelvic floor, navel up and in, focusing on a spot in front that's not moving. When you're ready, lift the back knee. If you feel stable, inhale the arms up overhead. Otherwise, just keep your hands on the waist, absolutely fine. Breath cycle here, then exhale, bow, framing the foot. And then step the right leg back to plank, lower the knees, exhale all the way. Inhale cobra, shoulders down the back, exhale bow. Inhale all fours, exhale down dog. Fingers are spread wide, pressure equally through all the knuckles on the mat. Heels energetically aiming for the mat, they don't have to touch. Spine long, lower ribs knitting in together, navel is engaged. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrist, and we're going to step that leg through. Remembering that if you don't get it all the way, you just get hold of it and lift it through. Lower the back knee, squeezing everything into the midline, hands to the waist, rise up. Find your focal point. We're preparing for high lunge on this side. When you're ready, lift the back knee. On an inhale, arms overhead if you feel stable. Navel really sucking up and in to help with balance. Exhale, bow, frame the foot, and then rock on the heel of the front foot to step the back foot up. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Then on a big inhale, rising up, arms taking up space, palms together overhead, hands down through heart center. Fabulous. Heel toe the feet together so the big toes are touching and the heels very slightly apart. We're coming into chair pose. Hands together at heart center and then sink down. So you've got a generous bend in the knees, but the hips are coming back behind the heels, so the weight is more on the heels. Lower belly is knitted in, so you've got a straight spine, and you should just be able to see your big toes through the gap in your knees. Then exhale, fold. Release the thighs. Heel toe the feet so they're hip width apart again. Bend the knees as generously as needed, and then get hold of your big toes with your peace fingers, your two index and middle finger and thumb. Then inhale to a flat back, and then exhale, fold. Your knees might be really bent, but with time, you'll be able to start to straighten the knees. Elbows are going apart, side to side. Gaze is to the shins. And breathe. Release the toes, come up to flat back with the fingertips on the mat. Then on an exhale, hands to the waist, tuck the chin. Inhale, rise up. Back to mountain. Hands on the waist. Step the right leg back so that the right foot is in line with the long edge. Left foot in line with the short edge. Coming into warrior two. Tailbone long, so squeezing the glutes. Then bend into that right knee, making sure that the knee isn't collapsing in, so you can see your big toe. Arms out to the side, and then gaze beyond the middle finger of the right hand. Breathing here. Left leg is straight, weight into the outer edge of the left foot. Strong pose. Flip the right palm, lean as far forward as possible, then exhale your right arm up and over, left arm comes down the left leg, peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. A lovely stretch to the right side of the body, but keeping that right knee bent and keeping it going out to the side. Inhale back to warrior two, hands to the waist, then we'll pivot round to the other side to face the front of the mat, check your alignment. Bend into that left knee, making sure that you can see your big toe, arms out to the side. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Squeezing those glutes, shoulders down the back, navel up and in. Breathing. Flip the palm of the left hand. On an inhale, lean as far left as possible. Then on an exhale, up and back into your peaceful warrior. Breathing here. And come back through to warrior two. Hands to the waist. Then step up to the front of the mat, mountain pose. Notice how you're feeling. I'm going to come to the middle of the mat so you can see me better. We're coming into tree. So put all the weight onto your left foot, but don't collapse into the left hip. Keep it firm. Find a focal point that's not moving, then bring the right knee up, squeeze it in and rotate the ankle one way and the other, giving that right hip flexor a good squeeze. Then we've got choices, so toes on the ground or foot against the calf, or the foot is against the inner thigh, never against the knee. Make sure your hip points are forward, they've not rotated, hands to the heart, breathing here. You could be holding onto a wall here to help with balance, that's absolutely fine. Keeping that navel up and in, gaze steady. Then on an exhale with control, lower the leg. March out a bit, give your legs a shake, and then let's prepare for the other side. So this time weight on the right foot, right hip firm, squeeze that left knee up and in, rotate the ankle, and then place it into your tree. It can be against the calf or up in against the inner thigh. Hip points forward, might be holding onto a wall here, hands to heart center, and if you feel steady, grow your tree. Straighten your arms up. Your arms can do whatever feels lovely. Inhale, and then on an exhale, hands down, back to heart center, with control, lower the left leg. Give your legs a bit of a march out. I'm coming back to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bow down to forward fold. We're vinyasaing through to seated. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat, step the right leg followed by the left, lower the knees, exhale all the way down, inhale cobra, exhale bow, push back on an inhale to all fours, curl the toes, hips up and back on an exhale, down dog. Then just walk forward a bit, halfway to the mat, and then lower down to seated. I'm going to sit up on a block here. If you feel that you're collapsing in the lower back, then do sit up on a block or a cushion. Legs out in front, bend the right knee in, and then let the right knee drop out. Left foot flex, knees and toes pointing up to the sky. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding over the left leg from the hips, not from the lumbar spine. The knee can be as bent as needed. Trying not to round. Think cobra with the back. Gazing to the toes, breathing here. Janu Shashasana A. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the side. Right knee back up and in. Then cross the right leg over the left. Hook the left elbow round the knee and then swim the right fingertips behind. Inhale, lengthen, and then on an exhale, twist looking over the right shoulder. With each inhale, think lengthen the spine, and with each exhale, think journey into the twist a bit more. But don't crank yourself round. Inhale, release, come back to the front. If you're on a prop, come off of the prop. We're coming into boat pose, Navasana. Hands behind the thighs. We could be here, or we can lift the shins parallel to the ceiling, still holding on behind the thighs, or we can let the arms come out to the side, parallel to the floor, sucking that navel up and in, making sure that the chest can stay open. Come back down to seated. Let's do the Janu Shashasana on the other side. So the left knee bends in and then let the left knee go out to the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding over the right leg. Gazing to the toes. Breathing here. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Then bring the left knee up. We're coming back into our Navasana. Choose whichever option works for you and breathe. Bring the feet back down to the mat. Scoot forward a little bit. Then lean forward, and on an exhale, lower the upper body all the way down to the mat. Bit of core work. Coming into bridge, so feet hip width apart and parallel. Just give them a check to make sure they are parallel. Your heels may just be able to brush the fingertips. Lower spine completely imprinted on the mat. Navel tucked up and in. Then on an inhale, lifting from the tailbone, lift the lower back, mid back, really squeezing those glutes, knees energetically coming towards each other to stop them from splaying out. Breathing here. On an exhale, lowering down one vertebrae at a time until the whole of the lower back is imprinted on the mat. Then you can relax. For the second bridge, I'm going to put a block between my thighs. Put a block or a cushion if you've got one to hand. This works the inner thighs and also stops the knees from coming apart. So reset, ready. Inhale, lifting up from the tailbone, lower back, mid back. Really squeezing the glutes, squeezing that block. Chest to chin, chin to sky. Welcome the tremble. And then exhale, one vertebrae down at a time. Once the whole of the spine is firmly imprinted on the mat, remove the block. Then windshield wiper the legs to the right, to the left. Bring the knees in, give yourself a hug. Rock side to side, massage that lumbar spine. Then cross the ankles and hold on the outer feet, or hold on behind the thighs. Exhale back, inhale up, and again because it feels nice. Exhale back, inhale up to seated. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So legs out in front. Legs together, feet flexed. I'm going to sit on a block, give my hips a little bit more space. And remember, your knees can be bent as well if you need to. It's absolutely fine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding from the hips, not the lumbar spine. Thinking flat back. Gaze to the toes. Breathing here. Such a good overall stretch. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down to the side. Come off of your prop if you're on one. We're going to come into shoulder stand. We're going to start with half shoulder stand. So you come down onto your back, bring your legs up overhead and support under your hips with your legs together, toes pointed. Breathing here. Now you can, if you want to, try and bring your hands further up the back towards the upper back. Otherwise, just keep supporting at the hips. 10 breaths here. Now, if this shape is not working for you, then there are some alternatives. You can come back down carefully so that your back is on the mat and your legs are up. Feet parallel to the sky. If you've got a blocker or cushion, it can be really nice to put that under the sacrum and then bring your legs up straight. Legs up the wall, but without a wall. And you get all the same benefits of shoulder stand. So wherever you are at the moment is absolutely fine. And just breathe here. Then when you want to come out carefully, knees to the forehead and then supporting yourself, lower back down. Straighten your legs, point your toes, and then place a hand under each buttock, palm down on the mat. On an inhale, rise up onto your forearm so you can see your toes. Then on an exhale, open the chest and let the head carefully go back, and it may touch the mat or it may not. Fish pose. This is a counter pose to our shoulder stand. Breathing here. And then on an exhale, let the head slide along the mat so we're flat on the mat. Remove the palms from underneath the buttocks. Bring the knees back up, bend the knees, feet flat on the mat. Shift the hips to the right and then drop the knees to the left, arms out to the side. Laying spinal twist. Send the breath to the lumbar spine. Then bring the right knee up first, followed by the left. Shift the hips over to the left and then drop the knees to the right. Deep belly breaths here. Navel in, left knee up, followed by the right knee. Recenter yourself on the mat and let's come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Legs as wide as the mat, arms out to the side, palms up. Let the breathing return to normal. Giving the body time to integrate all the work that it has done. Then bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and the ankles. Stretch up overhead. Lovely, lovely stretch. Knees bent, roll onto one side. And then bring yourself back up to any seat of your choice. And arms up overhead, palms together, gathering in all that positive energy, bringing it down to your heart center, thanking yourself for all your hard work. Bow your head to your hands. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this class. I hope you feel that you are progressing. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please do click the subscribe button below. Help support free yoga on the internet.